Let's take a look at the chart action for Shiba Inu. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys something interesting with the Fibonacci retracement chart, or the Fibonacci tool, should I say. So let's delete everything. I was looking at the Shiba Inu, and one way I like to use the Fibonacci retracement is if the chart is trending down pretty hardcore and we think we found the bottom. What I like to do, or what I think we could do, is maybe look for like a dead cat bounce kind of thing. So maybe get like a bounce and then it comes back down, and that's like kind of like the 50% level right there. So we could do a Fibonacci retracement from the top to the bottom. If we think we found the bottom, we start from the top and go to the bottom, and we line up the bottom like that. And what I look for is this 50% level. So we get a big huge run down, and then if we're down here, sometimes like as like kind of like a guesstimate, I can set up the Fibonacci retracement and say, okay, well, possibly we get to 50%. And we actually came up to the 50%, knocked that out like nothing, and then ran up hardcore. Okay, so the other thing I was looking at with like Ethereum is kind of trying to find new highs. And so this is our previous high right here at this gray line right here, and I used this on Ethereum to try to find like a new high because I hadn't really used this before. But I just wanted to show you guys that it did kind of work on this chart, because we have this previous high right here, and then we have the Fibonacci. I guess these are possible new highs, and we came up and hit this level right here and then got a retracement down, and this was sitting at 0.00007871, and that lines up pretty much perfectly with that top. We came up a little bit above it, but we got rejected and came back down. I just thought that was really interesting how that did that, and I don't know, this is my first example of it being actually a good call, because it came up to this level and then got rejected and came down. That's just my opinion. I think this, let me know what you guys think. If this is let me know if you guys use the Fibonacci tool to find new highs like this, because I'm starting to think that this is actually pretty legit. Let's go ahead and delete everything though, and I'll show you what I'm looking at right now on this chart. We're on the daily time frame, and as you can see, we're getting resistance, resistance, resistance. So let's do a trend line going to the downside. We have this trend line like this. I think once we break this trend line going to the upside, we might be seeing a move for Shiba, but until then, it's in a downtrend, and I would expect it to kind of push us down. The next levels of support, I mean, it kind of looks like we're getting some support right now. If we zoom in a little bit more, it kind of looks like we got support right here, and then we bounced up, and it looks like we're kind of holding support in this area right here. I'm wondering if it's going to break this level at around 0.00004236, something like that. I think if it does, then we might be seeing a bigger break to maybe this level down here. We also have support, so it kind of looks like we're in kind of like a falling wedge, which is actually a bullish pattern. If you look at it like this, and if we break this trend line going to the upside, we might be targeting this resistance zone right here, and then that would be target 1 in my opinion, and then this one would be target 2, these previous resistance zones. But in general, maybe like around 0.00006348. I do like the way this pattern looks. It is pushing us to the downside. It is in a downtrend. Until we break this downtrend going to the upside, I don't know, it's possible that it keeps pushing us down. I think the main thing we're watching is this trend line and this trend line. Depending on which way we're breaking, then we'll kind of get a better idea. And then also you'll probably want to watch the volume to see if we break to the upside, if we get some good volume behind it, or if it's just kind of like a fake out and we come back down. Same thing with the downside. We could push down a little bit and then no volume and actually come push back up. Sometimes in these falling wedges, we'll get a fake out to the downside and then it'll push back up. I don't know, we'll still have to wait and see. Like I said, the main thing I'd be watching is this trend line and this trend line. Let's see which way we break, to the upside or the downside. The other thing we could do is the Fibonacci retracement. This is the other way I like to do it, from the bottom to the top of the trend. And just to kind of see, it looks like we had a big run up, and then now we're getting a retracement to the downside. So we're hitting that 50% level. We're like right underneath that 50% level. Let me readjust the Fibonacci retracement. I don't know, maybe something like this. And so, like I said, I'm mainly watching this downtrend, and then if I was putting in Fibonacci levels, I would be putting in one right here and maybe one right here. The next level down is around .00003838. Well, like I said, it looks like we're getting a little bit of support right here. I'm kind of curious if we're going to break out soon. The other thing we can kind of look at is if we delete everything again, we have the 9 moving average right here. It looks like we're really testing that as well. This blue line right here. I like to watch this 9 moving average. If we break above it, that's a good signal. And if we could get support on it, that's an even better signal. So we broke above it right here. Good signal. Nice green candles. Got support on it. Even better signal. Got that nice green candle. Pushed to the upside, got resistance, and then started pushing down. Once we started testing that 9 moving average again, we broke below it. That's when we started trending down. And ever since then, we've been getting rejected on it. So that's why I'm saying if we could break this 9 moving average, that'll be signal 1. And then if we could get support, that's signal 2. And after that, it should be a nice little run. I mean, so yeah, sometimes it'll go in and out of it, like this little area right here. We broke below it, didn't really stay below it for long. When came back above it, that's when we go to the next time frame up, and then we could look at the weekly time frame where the 9 moving average is coming in like this. We broke above it right here. What we do not want to do is break below it on the weekly time frame right there, because then I mean I don't know, it could go in and out of it like I was saying, or it can cause resistance and start pushing us to the downside and come back to these levels down here. Right now we are above it. I do like being above it rather than below it. I think that's, I mean, I like I talk about on my channel, I'd rather be above this 9 moving average than below it. So the main thing I'll be watching on Shiba Inu is this downtrend like this on the daily time frame. Let's see if we could break that trend line going to the upside, or if it keeps pushing us down to maybe this next support level, which is around .00002482. Let me know what you think about Shiba Inu.